Welcome to Engineers Academy. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to receive the notification for the upcoming videos. Today in this lesson we are going to learn about the fplot function, right? So what is fplot function? So the fplot commands automatically analyzes the function to be plotted and decides how many plotting points to use so that the plot will show all the features of the function, right? So it's a smart plot function, right? So it plots a function and decides itself that how many data points are required in order to show the complete details of a given function, right? So here is this example. So let's suppose if we have this function cos of 10x minus 10 of sin x, right? So we will compare these. So let me run this. So I have used a subplot function to print these two same functions using two different commands. So this one is with the fplot function, fplot command, and this one is with the simple plot command, right? So if we compare both of these, so as we can see that the shape of this is very much explained than this one, right? So this shape is very much accurate than this one. So this is using the plot function. So here as we can see that the fplot function has decided that here I need less data points, right? And here the fplot function decided here I need many data points. So here the graph detail, here the graph needs more data points in order to show the complete details, right? So and while using the plot function we have specified the x spacing, right? So it's a y of x function plotted with x, right? So in the plot function we decides ourselves that what should be the x spacing, right? So the independent variable spacing to plot this y of x function, right? So here as we can see that this plot function do not give us the complete detail, right? And here it tells us the complete details, and it tells us the each and every feature of this function, right? So now if you want to have the good fplot function here, good plot function here compared to this one, so let me increase the spacing for this, right? So this here for the second plot I have decided this spacing 0.01, right? So now if I increase the spacing, so if I run this, so now we can see that the data points are increased, right? But here still the graph is not complete and each and every detail of the graph is not visible like this, right? So here we can see here is many lines, right? So infinite many lines are here which are not visible here, right? So in this case the fplot function is a smart function, right? So we can use fplot function, right? And I have used the subplot functions that I have discussed in the previous lesson, that how to plot these two subplots in a single figure, right? So please go and watch that video, right? So the last video. So here as we can see that I have used this fplot function. So this is the syntax for fplot function, or this is the syntax. So we will write fplot and then function, right? So this means that this fplot function is a function that we have already discussed in chapter 3, right? So fplot function is a function. So it will take a function as an input, function handle as an input, and then we will specify the ranges for the independent variable, right? So if in this case we have y is equal to f of x function, so we will specify the x limits, right? X minimum and x maximum, right? So then what we will do for this, either we will write a function separate file, or we will define a function handle. So here I have defined that function handle, right? So this is that function handle. So f is equal to @x. So x is the independent variable and this is the function, right? And then I have used the subplot function. So I want to have 2 rows and 1 columns. I want to have 2 subplots in 2 rows and 1 column, right? So I have specified that, and the address of this one is 1. So 211 subplot 211, and then I have used the fplot. So this is the function handle. So the function handle is f. So I have used f, and I want to have the plot between x values from 1 to 2, right? So from 1 to 2, and these are specifiers, right? So I want to have a dash line, and I want to have this data point, this steric data point for comparison, right? And again, this is the title. We already know this is the x x-axis limits, right? So we want to have between this -3 to -0.5. So this is the y range and this is the x range, right? And this is the grid, right? And similarly, in order to use the simple plot function, so what we will do, we will define our own x row vector, right? So we will specify our own row vector, that is x, and we will define our own spacing, right? And then we will use this y of x function, right? So we will write that, and then we will use subplot to plot this one, right? And we will use simple plot, right? So this is the simple plot function, this is the output of the simple plot function, and this is the output of the f plot function, and we can see, right? So here, as we can see, that the f plot function decides that the less data points are required from here to here, right? From here to here somewhere, right? And then after this, at this point, f plot decided smartly that here I need many data points in order to show the complete shape of the curve, right? So f plot is a very smart function, right? So whenever this is the case, you people can use the f plot function, right? Whenever you people want to plot a function, so then instead of using a plot function, you people can use the f plot function like this. So you people will be able to have the each and every detail of a function, right? And here we can also extract the data points from the f plot function, right? So if we want to extract the coordinates of the f plot function, right? So x and y coordinates, so we can write x data, y data, these are my variables name, and then I will write f plot, f function handle, and the x range, right? So it gives us the x and y coordinates, right? So as we can see that x data and y data, what is the sizes of x data and y data? So these are the sizes. Here we can see it is 1 cross 4828, 4828, right? And similarly the y data 1428. And now here, if we use the spacing of 0.001 between 1 and 2, so we will have a maximum of this size, 1 cross 1001, right? So these data points are lesser than this one, right? So this means that the f plot function has calculated many values for many values of x, right? So this means that the f plot function is more smarter than this plot function, right? So now if I increase this spacing, let's see. So if I increase this spacing, and let me remove this data marker, right? So now if I run this, and if we see, so now in this, while we have increased the spacing up to 4 decimal points, so now we can see that both the graphs are almost the same shape, right? So here we can see that now the x length, the length of x is more than the x data, right? So now we have that shape, right? So but now we have more x values than this x data values, right? So when if you people have if your PC have a lesser RAM than mine, so then it will take more time, right, to plot this function, right? So then it will affect the performance of your computer, right? So f plot function is more smarter, right? So whenever you people want to plot a function, so you people can use f plot function, which is more smarter than a plot function, right? So I hope you people would have understood the difference between the simple plot function and the plot function. Now we will learn how to plot polynomials. So already we know polyval function, right? So what polyval function does is that it finds the polynomial values for each given values of x, right? So as we have discussed this in the previous lessons, right? So what we will do is that we will define a range, that is an x, that is a row vector, from, let's suppose, from -6 to 6, and here I have specified the spacing of 0.15, right? So then what we will do is that we will define our polynomial, right? So we will write the coefficients of our polynomial, right? So this polynomial, this what is this polynomial? So this polynomial is 3x to the power 5 plus 2x to the power 4 minus 100x to the power cube plus 2x square minus 7x plus 90. So this is this polynomial, right? So then what we will do, we will write simple plot and then x, and then we will use polyvalue p. This is the polynomial, the coefficients of polynomial, and the x, right? So this polyval p of x will find each and every value of the polynomial for each and every value of input x, right? So it will find that value and it will plot that value against each and every value of x, right? and here we will create a dash line, and we will also put a data markers, and this is x label, y label, and grid, and this is g text. We want to place this polynomial on the top of our figure, right? So let's suppose if I run this, so this is that polynomial, right? P of x versus x, and let me put that polynomial here, right? So this is that 3x to the power 5 plus 2x to the power 4 minus 100x cubed plus 2x squared minus 7x plus 90, right? Now let's change this polynomial. Let's suppose if I make it a 4th degree polynomial, right? So I will make this coefficient 0. So how to make it 0? So I will write 0 here, right? So let me change the g text also here, right? So now if I run this, so now as we can see, this is a degree 4, 2x to the power 4 minus 100x to the power cube plus 2x square minus 7x plus 90. So now this is the new polynomial, that is degree 4 polynomial, right? So this is how we plot polynomials, right? Let's suppose if you want to change this polynomial, we also want to have here, let's suppose if I want to have 0 here as well, right? So then it will be this polynomial. So there will be no x to the power 3 term and no x to the power 5 term, right? So now if I run this, as we can see that now the polynomial is this 2x to the power 4 plus 2x squared minus 7x plus 90. So now we can see this is a cup shape, right? So this is the plot of this polynomial against this value of x, right? This range of x values from minus 6 to 6. Now if we make the last value also 0, right? So if I make it 0 as well, right? So let's see what will happen. Let's suppose if I make it 0 as well. So if we run this, so now this is the resulting output for this polynomial, right? So now let's suppose if I make all zeros, right? So if I make it zeros and I left out, I keep it these two coefficients, this is 2 and minus 7, right? So what will be this polynomial? So we will have 0, 0 here as well, right? And 0 here as well. So now it will be 2x squared minus 7x, only this polynomial, right? So let's plot this. So now this is that resulting plot, right, for this 2x squared minus 7x. So this is 2x squared minus 7x plot, right? So this is how we can plot polynomials.